Let's move over to the SEC East, where suddenly we've got two ranked teams facing off against each other. Florida jumped up from unranked to number 11 after beating Utah. Kentucky and Florida had a great game last year. Kentucky beat them 20-13, came right down to the wire. Kentucky blocked actually a field goal and ran it back for a touchdown that kind of turned the game into Kentucky's favor. Then they had a kind of a goal line stand last year. And this was before we knew Florida was going to go 6-7. Florida was, I think, 3-1 at the time of that game.
Right.
And their only loss was a 2-pointer to Alabama. So Florida was, we still thought of them as a top 10 team before they fell apart. But Kentucky played great. That's got to give them confidence heading down to the Swamp this Saturday. What do you see out of that one?
Yeah, probably going to continue to ride Florida here, and with that hot streak being in where they're at, Kentucky's got a couple suspensions on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, it is a fun game for NFL mock draft nicks that want to watch Will Levis and Anthony Richardson and prop them up against each other. Will Levis did not have big numbers against Kentucky or Florida last year. So, yeah, it's going to be a good matchup, I think. But I'm going to continue to ride with Florida. I did this with Illinois last week. I made that mistake. But if the Gators go to 10-0, suddenly they'll be probably flirting with top 10, depending on what shakes out this weekend, that's to Elliott, our boss's point. Yeah, then that makes us look bad when somebody shoots up the top 10 right out of the go like that. But that's that's why they play these games. That's why surprises happen.
Tennessee, another SEC East team. They've got their hands full this week. They got to go to Pittsburgh. 3:30 ABC game. Tennessee lost to Pittsburgh last year. That was when Kenny Pickett came on the scene as a potential Heisman guy. A little bit of a shootout. It was 41-34. Pitt had a fourth down stop at Tennessee late in that game. It was a great game. Pitt's coming off an emotional backyard brawl win against West Virginia, but they got at least 2 extra days to kind of get themselves right. Tennessee, easy opener, 59-10 over Ball State, 38-0 at the halftime. Who has the edge in this game with West Virginia? Sorry, Pitt having a competitive game against West Virginia. Tennessee did not have a competitive game against Ball State.
No, Hendon Hooker is going to be the guy in this game that matters. He played well in this game last year, 15 of 21, a couple touchdowns. Looked good in week 1. In this game last year too, Pitt ran 82 plays. So Tennessee really, that's all they do. They have to control the tempo, run more plays. It's probably going to be a shootout. It's a tough game for them on the road. I looked the stat up. It's not like Pitt in the role of home underdog. They're 8-7 against the spread and 7-8 straight up. It's not like they're super dogs at home or anything like that. I think it's a very evenly matched game, and it comes down to which quarterback do you trust a little more. Is it going to be Hendon Hooker or Keaton Slovis? And last week, JT Daniels pretty much matched Slovis until a ball went off his receiver's hands, and that was that. So I think Tennessee's good enough to go in and win this game. They're ranked for a reason too, and I've been high on them, so they're favored. So, I mean, it's another one of those, anytime the lower ranked team's favored, I either get really nervous or I'm very confident, and I'm probably erring on the side of confidence with Tennessee in this one.
What is the spread right now?
6. It was 6.5, I think. I
Wow.
think that's what we posted. That's high. I think Pitt will cover, but when you're favored by that much, that says that they're confident in Tennessee to go get that victory.